Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Delaware Camera is your #1 spot for all your camera needs: education, accessories, printing, and more. Located at 2635 Delaware Avenue in Buffalo. Visit cameraspot.com.
Hey, True Believers. Welcome to our latest episode of True Believers Tech Talk Tuesdays with Upstairs Delaware Camera. I'm Mark. As you know, if you watch this show or if you haven't watched the show before, I am Mark. I am the general manager of Delaware Camera in Buffalo. So every Tuesday we do this Tech Talk where we do interviews, talk about products, stuff like that. And today we're going to talk about our regular first Tuesday of the month topic, which is what's in your bag. We're going to bring on a Delaware Camera alumnus, Nicole Cooke, on to tell us about what's in her bag and some other things she is working on. But as you know, first thing we do is our housekeeping. So we have classes online that are presented by the F-Stops here. Our next class is Saturday morning at 10:30 on June 17th. It's composition, right, Will? Composition. So if you want to sign up for that class, go to our website. There is a button on there for classes. If you go to our Eventbrite page, it's there as well. You click there, sign up for class, and you'll get a link to the presentation after that. So it's composition, which is very important in photography, as we know. So sign up for that class if you don't know what you're doing as far as composition. Other things we're talking about on our housekeeping. On 6/16, we have Tamron coming into town. Our rep Andrew and Jeff from Tamron, they're going to come. During the day, we're going to have a demo day, which is going to be pretty cool. Andrew's going to bring all of his stuff, let you try this stuff. He's going to have a setup in the store from like 12 to 6-ish. After that, we're going to have an in-person class. It's going to be a wildlife photography seminar. So if you want to learn how to shoot animals, like if you're going on safari, if you're going to the zoo, proper techniques for shooting animals, pictures of animals when you're out and about and they present themselves to you. And the day after that, we are sponsoring a wild photography day at Hawk Creek, which is wildlife preserve. I think that's south of Buffalo. So they have a wild photo day every year. So you can take your camera there, shoot pictures of the animals, and they make it so it's easier for you to do that. Tamron will be there as well. They'll have a bunch of lenses and stuff you can use, like the long ones, macro lenses, stuff like that you can use to take pictures of these guys in their natural-ish habitats. So if you want to sign up for all that stuff, it's on our social media, on our website. So anything you want to sign up for is all there. But we have one more thing, which is coming up this Sunday. We have a portrait photography workshop with Vicente, who, if you're a patron of the store, you know who he is. He's going to tell you all about how to shoot proper portraits. And the reason why we're doing this, every year we do a Ride For Roswell benefit for our guest today, Nicole Cooke, who's been doing the Ride For Roswell up to 11th year now? The 11th year in a row, Ride For Roswell. She's going to pedal, and try to raise money for cancer research. So it's going to be cool. We're going to have Nicole on in a minute, and we will talk more about the class after the break. Welcome back, True Believers. We are here with Nicole.
Hello.
So Nicole, I know we're doing what's in your bag, but let's talk about your Ride For Roswell first. So tell us about why you do the Ride For Roswell.
So I do the Ride For Roswell in memory of my late grandfather, David Oldman, who passed away from pancreatic cancer in 2011. And so I started riding in his honor in 2012. And now 10 years later and $30,000 raised,
Whoa.
I have been able to use the ride as a way to give back to Roswell Park, who gave him such great care.
Very cool. Awesome. And every year we do this class. This year it's a portrait photography workshop with Vicente. You'll be there as well, right?
I will, yes.
Helping out. We're going to be upstairs in where we are now. We're going to have some setups. We're going to have different setups so you can learn how to, what's up, Will? So you can learn how to take proper portraits and posing and all that good stuff, which Vicente is really good at. And one more thing with that, if you want to have a portrait taken, at 6:30 on Sunday, we are going to have free portraits. So if you stop in, you don't have to come to the class, but if you want a portrait taken, Vicente will take a portrait of you. We ask that you make some sort of donation to Ride For Roswell. If you can't, that's cool too. We understand people need good portraits as well. So definitely stop down on not Tuesday. Sorry, Sunday. Sunday at 5. We'll be here. We're gonna teach you how to shoot portraits. And if you sign up beforehand, because it's limited space. Sorry about that. So yeah, there's space for 20 people. So if you go to our Eventbrite page or our website, you can sign up for classes. Sign up for the class there. So buy a ticket, support Ride For Roswell, all that good stuff. So let's talk about what's in your bag. So I'm gonna call you out here for a second. When's the last time you shot, Nicole?
Oh, yes. My professional life has definitely taken me a little bit further away from the camera, but I do still engage in fun projects once in a while. I think Joe's portrait celebrating his birthday was my most recent project.
That was last year, right?
Yeah.
And Joe, that was February of 2022.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. I do, still take photos with my camera, with my phone camera, excuse me. And I work for an ad agency, so now I engage other photographers and I'm able to use their work to get our work finished. But
very good.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
So let's say Nicole's going out to shoot something. Let's say we have a Delaware Camera shooting field trip. What are you bringing with you?
My phone.
Fine.
No.
Show's over. Anyway.
I mean, phones are great tools, right? It's what we have in our pocket and that we carry the most often. But I'm definitely going to be bringing my same rig that I just realized I purchased from this store in 2018.
Yes.
My beloved Canon 5D Mark III.
Yay.
So I have it here today.
What do you got?
So I like to carry as small of a bag as possible with as few pieces of equipment as possible. And over the years, I had really honed what I found I was using the most, because a lot of the photography that I was doing was portraiture or events, stuff where I'm generally like photographing people and I'm in a space where I don't have a whole lot of control over the lighting.
Yeah.
So I'm not really going to be able to use a super wide variety of lenses, and I'm generally running around, which is why I prefer a messenger style bag, because then I can kind of swing it around, dig around in it, and then put it right back where it was.
Yeah, exactly.
I found that the ability to like really be nimble and get around wherever I was shooting was the most important.
Definitely.
So more often than not, I'm actually using a 50mm 1.4. This is on my camera from the last shoot because it's what I'm using the most often.
Yeah.
It is a prime lens. It's something that I'm not necessarily a purist about, but I just feel like it does what I need it to do. It has that really great depth of field. It's simple and has less moving parts, which can break.
Yes.
And it's small and helps to kind of like keep me a little bit in the shadows when I'm trying to photograph people in maybe a candid setting.
Were you always a Canon shooter? For some reason?
Yep.
I thought you
I've
were,
always been a Canon shooter.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So then in addition, I'm going to have another Canon lens, which is a 24 to 105.
Nice.
So for a lot of folks, when they buy their camera, this might be what they get in the kit.
Yeah.
It is an L series, really high quality glass.
Yeah.
This is most of the zoom range that I need. So I feel like this kind of does everything I need it to do.
Yeah.
L series. Yep.
The red ring.
Yes, and it has the red ring, so it's very fancy. So other professionals know I'm legit.
Where's your red ring? Right here. Anyway, what else you got in the bag?
And then I just have, a small on-camera flash. This is actually a pretty old Canon Speedlight.
430EX.
Yeah.
There's a 430EX RT now, so a radio triggered one.
Yes.
So you're in the old school.
You should definitely update your equipment more frequently than I do. But at the same time, I like to remind people that the best gear is what's going to work really well for you personally, for your style of shooting, and that you're going to feel comfortable carrying around in a lot of different settings.
Yeah, definitely.
And for me, that's something really small.
Yeah,
so
agreed, yeah.
I like equipment that's very compact.
What else we got in there?
And then honestly, the rest is just a bunch of like bags of batteries and memory card cases.
Those are fancy cases in there you got in there.
And various lens pieces.
Okay.
My mask from early COVID days.
Yeah, fair enough.
That I've always just kind of kept in there anyway.
Yeah.
And I have also noticed that when I was going through here before we met up, I have a couple of tubes of Dramamine. Because when I'm traveling to a shoot, I might get nauseous.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, to the same point, I mean, I kind of keep harping on this, but I try not to really carry a lot of clutter. I try not to have a lot of stuff with me so that if I am in a setting where I want to switch lenses quickly, you know, and again, to just kind of be on the same idea of using what works for you. I mean, I didn't necessarily have budget available to have more than one camera. So I know a lot of folks like to carry more than one, have a different lens on each body, and then use them in various settings. And that is awesome if it works for you. But if you only have one, you can still get by really quickly by getting really good at knowing what's in your bag and where, how to change your lenses quickly, and how to have all of your backups ready to go. Okay. So your batteries, your memory cards, your flash batteries, charger to plug in, all of that kind of stuff.
Very cool. So I know this is what's in your bag, but I want to go in a different direction today. Right. So Ride for Roswell. Yes. What is on your bike besides your bike and you? What do you bring with you on the ride? Like, what comes with you?
So I have a small bag that goes under my seat that has like an extra tube in it. It's going to have a CO2 canister for a quick refill. Okay. It has some of my basic tools in it, like tire levers, Allen wrenches. And then on the frame lower down, I have 2 holders for water bottles because I'm always chugging water. Yeah. And then I also wear a jersey that has 3 pockets in it, and those are going to be full of snacks.
What kind of snacks are we talking about here? We're talking like nutritional bars? What are we talking about? M&Ms?
Yeah, well, so that's the thing is like when you're doing an endurance ride, people always assume like, oh, you're going to be eating like granola bars and that kind of stuff. But actually, the longer you're out on the bike, the harder it is to digest stuff.
Oh, so really?
You really want like super quick, easy to digest carbohydrates. So I actually carry a lot of powder that when I refill my water bottle, I put Scratch Labs powder in there, and that's got like carbs and sugars and salts, so it's going to help keep you going. And then I have like honey stinger waffles. So again, it's just going to be those really quick, like, what is that? Like, they're Stroop waffles, if you're familiar with that. They're just like flattened, they're like pizzelles. Have you ever heard those?
Okay, yeah. I know what those are. Okay.
Yeah, so they're like a pseudo cookie. So the funny thing is, like, if you watch endurance athletes eat, it's mostly junk food because what you're going for is that really quick sugar, quick carbs. And then so, like, because I have a sensitive stomach, I do buy stuff that has more, like, quote-unquote clean ingredients, but then it's not going to have, like, sugar alcohols and things like that, which can upset your stomach while you're riding. Okay.
Have you ever broken down on a ride? A Ride for Roswell ride?
Not on a Ride for Roswell, knock on whatever wood is available. But if I were to, there's ride marshals on every route. There's stops every 10 miles that you can stop and help some, you know, there'll be a mechanic there to get assistance. They're really, really good about making sure people are cared for.
Can people still sign up?
Yes, they can. And actually, there's either no or a very low fundraising minimum this year. So if you're interested, I would strongly encourage people to get involved because that's a great way to try it out, see if it's a good fit for you, and just get involved with the Western New York community.
Awesome. Very cool. One last thing. So Sunday, 6/11, 5 p.m., we have that portrait workshop. It's $20 or $25. Why do I not know this? How much is the seminar, Will? How much is the workshop, Will?
I think it's a $25 donation.
$25 donation. But if you can donate what you can, that's cool too, you know. So we just want people to come, have fun, and see all this stuff. We have the portraits afterwards, so 6:30. If you want to show up, we'll get your portrait taken. And I think we're going to deliver photos right here and there. Joe's going to be here printing downstairs. So if you want to get a portrait, have it printed out right away. We're going to do that for you as well. The class next Friday, the wildlife photography class, it's free. But if we'd appreciate it if people donated to Ride for Roswell there as well. So that would be cool as well. So as always, good luck with your ride. Hopefully it's uneventful, even though I may have jinxed you. But we appreciate having the opportunity to help you out. You know, it's cool to be able to like give back to those who've given to us. So, you know, good luck. And, you know, I don't know what else to say, but, you know.
Well, let me then jump in and say thank you, Mark. I'm always so grateful to you and to everyone at the team at Delaware Camera, to Vicente for hosting this class. It really means a lot to me to have your continued support over the years, and I'm grateful for year number 11.
Awesome. And we will see you all next week. I actually know what's happening next week, which I never know. We're going to be doing some rentals on ShareGrid. If people know what that is. And Dean is going to demonstrate what we're kind of renting. So if you come back next week, you want to rent some cool video stuff, Dean is going to kind of come on and show you what we have to offer on ShareGrid. So check it out next week, Tuesday at noon on Instagram. Have a good day. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Delaware Camera is your #1 spot for all your camera needs: education, accessories, printing, and more. Located at 2635 Delaware Avenue in Buffalo. Visit cameraspot.com.